Good morning. Welcome to Jesus Time on this Thursday. Since it is Thursday, that means that today is the day that we find the feelings in our Bible lesson. So let's get started with our rhyme. This is my Bible. I open it wide and learn about Jesus from the words inside. Jeremiah 32 verse 17. Do you remember this one? Nothing is too hard for God. Time and time again, that's what the Bible shows us, right? God can do everything. So yesterday we made our drawing. Remember, we had this big blue oval was the world covered with water. We put the ark in the middle because Noah and his family and all of those animals had to float and float and float on top of the water till it all went away again. And then at the end of our lesson, we had that beautiful rainbow, that beautiful promise from God. So let's start with our oval, our world, and try to find the feelings. So Noah lived a very, 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 very long time ago. And at that time, the Bible tells us that really his family were the only people that still loved God, that still believed in God, and wanted to have that close relationship with God. Everybody else had turned away. They didn't want God in their lives, and they just wanted to be naughty and evil all the time, day after day. And God, because he's the smartest and because he's so full of love, he knew that he had to do something. And even though it was a hard choice, maybe for what we would consider, God knew it was the right choice, and he sent the flood to wash the world clean. So how do you think it would have felt for Noah and his family to be living at this time when everybody around them is being naughty and doing the wrong things, and they're the only ones that are standing up for God and for what's right? How do you think you might feel about that? I think that would make me feel lonely. Maybe sad for them that they don't have that love of Jesus that I have. That would be a hard time to live, wouldn't it? And then when it came time to build the ark, that was a lot of hard work that Noah did. Do you think he ever maybe felt frustrated with that big job? That it was up to him to build this great big boat that could hold all of those animals and his family and keep everybody safe on the ark while the whole world flooded. That might be scary, right? If you think about the whole world being covered in water and you can't see any land, the only thing you have is the boat that you're in. I think that might make me a little scared. Or maybe when Noah and his family saw how strong God was and how awesome his power was, maybe it made them feel, whoa, our God is so great. Look at what he can do. Maybe they felt in awe of God when they saw the whole world covered in water. But even though they were on the ark with all those animals, nothing bad happened to them on the ark. God kept them all safe. Do you think that Noah and his family learned to trust God? Even when things are really, really hard, they could trust that God was taking care of them and taking care of all of those animals, so that finally, when the ark could land on dry ground and the water went down far enough for there to be plants growing again, and God let them off of the ark, do you think that Noah and his family knew that they'd still be safe? Even though they had still a big job ahead of them, they knew that God took care of them on the ark, and God would take care of them back on the earth too. I bet that made them feel happy, full of joy, that they knew their God loved them so much that he'd take care of them. And then what did God send as that big reminder for them? He gave them a promise in the form of a rainbow, and he said he would never, ever, ever send a big flood again. Never, ever, ever would the whole world be covered in water like that again. we also talked about that wasn't the only promise that God kept, was it? He also kept his promise to save us. When Jesus was born and lived perfectly and died on the cross and rose again, God proved that he loved us the most because he was willing to have Jesus suffer like that for us so that we can be with him forever in heaven. And these promises, the promises that we see with the rainbow, the promise that we have of Jesus dying and rising again, those promises definitely make me feel very loved. And like I am so important to God that it's just great. It's great to know that he loves me that much. It makes me feel very safe and very loved. And I hope that you can feel that too when you think about God's promises for you, because they're not just my promises, they're promises for you too. And I thought we could end today with a song that makes me feel happy. This is another one that we learned way, way back at the beginning of our school year about the animals on the ark. And this one sounds like the ants go marching, but we're not going to march any ants. We're going to march our animals into the ark. The pigs go marching 2 by 2, oink, 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 oink. The pigs go marching 2 by 2, oink, 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 oink. The pigs go marching 2 by 2. God told them to. They knew what to do, and they all went marching down to the ark to get out of the rain. Oink, oink, oink. The cows went marching 2 by 2. Moo, 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 moo. The cows went marching 2 by 2. Moo, 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 moo. The cows went marching 2 by 2. God told them to. They knew what to do, and they all went marching down to the ark to get out of the rain. Moo, moo, moo. The lions went marching 2 by 2. Roar, 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 roar. The lions went marching 2 by 2. Roar, 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 roar. The lions went marching 2 by 2. God told them to. They knew what to do, and they all went marching down to the ark to get out of the rain. Roar, roar, roar. The dogs went marching 2 by 2. Woof, 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 woof. The dogs went marching 2 by 2. Woof, 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 woof. The dogs went marching 2 by 2. God told them to. They knew what to do, and they all went marching down to the ark to get out of the rain. Woof, woof, woof. The bears went marching 2 by 2. Grr, 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 grr. The bears went marching 2 by 2. Grr, 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 grr. The bears went marching 2 by 2. God told them to. They knew what to do, and they all went marching down to the ark to get out of the rain. That's all the animals I have. Now we're back to the pig. Thank you for joining me today for Jesus Time. God bless the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow on Friday for our sing-along.